Hi, welcome to the Black Eye Barber Show. Make sure you subscribe and like on the page.
Right, last week, let's start straight away. There's only one thing to talk about into this week. There is only one subject. Fury versus Wilder. I got it completely wrong.
No, you didn't. You never get it wrong.
I got it completely wrong.
Oh shit.
Hold your hands up, you did, Rich. Yeah.
You did.
Why couldn't you just join in with me and say you didn't? I got it totally wrong. But then again, you two got it wrong because you both said he'd win on points. So you two are as big as
No. Well,
me.
actually, let's get it right.
Yeah,
So
right,
let's get. I said.
Don't join in yet.
I said if it finishes inside the distance.
I just thought that was one of Wilder's better performances last time, and he couldn't. Don't know how he got up, but this time I can't believe how well Fury performed. I didn't think he had that in him.
Do you know when our defence was taking points, we didn't know what Fury was going to come in at, what weight, and I know it's hindsight's a great thing, isn't it? But he said what he was going to do, and he did do that. However,
I'm not going to blame it. I didn't think he'd knock him out.
No,
but,
I didn't.
And the only reason I thought he'd won about knock him out is because I didn't think he'd have that concussive strength to him.
Yeah.
But what he did was, he boxed the fire out of him. It's like getting stung like by one beat, ouch that hurts, 2 beats, ouch that hurts, 3 beats, 4 beats, 5 beats, 50 beats, you're like, fire! And that's what happened to because to say he weighed 19 stone plus and he was whacking in full blast, you know, it didn't get down, but what he did was he boxed the fire out of him, broke his heart, broke the heart of the corner. That's proper boxing.
That's what I'm saying, him coming in that heavy, whether you thought, well, he is going to put it on Wilder, because if you thought, if you're coming a bit lighter, he was going to be on his feet. Joshua Ruiz too.
Yeah.
Maybe it was obvious from the way what he was going to do, but like I say, none of us expected to do it.
Not in a million years.
What I said to somebody asked me next day what I thought, and I said, you'll not understand this, you two, because you're only young, but Johnny will get it. It was like cock at second year, offering cock at fifth year out. Yes. But cock at fifth year could really have a fight. And all he's done is ragdolled him.
Yeah, but I don't know if the Southerners will understand that. Cock of will they understand that? Did they have cock of a school, cock of a year?
Oh, we had it.
Tough kid at year, hard man at year.
Yeah.
So like, honestly, watching it was like a second year against a fifth year. Yeah. And what did me was, what I still can't get my head around, in a fight as major as that, and let's be honest, Billy, you thought, what did you think? You went with Fury, didn't you? Alright, whatever.
I did, but
I went with Wilder.
It
were kind of split, weren't it? Opinion was split. Tell me a bigger capitulation in a fight as big as that.
First of all,
for a long time. So I can't think of one.
First of all, you lost me at capitulation.
It's alright. He surrendered. You tell me a bigger surrender.
That's what that means.
No, but it just means he just fell away.
I'll tell you what, we saw the week before when Kid Galahad boxed and he got in there with a fighter that came in fresh and hungry and he beat the fight out of him to the point should we land it? Roberto Duran.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm saying how many years ago was that?
Yeah, and that's why and you saw the skill of boxing come to rise to the top. The cream rose to the top.
He just walked in
and if you're a good boxer, you'll always beat a good banger. And that's what Fury did. Fury just totally hammered him on it. I actually liked it. And the reason why I liked it is because I didn't like the things that were said when Anthony Joshua lost from Wilder's camp. From Wilder. And there was no pity there. Whereas Fury said, you know what, you'll come back and fight again. I thought, good on you. It's a brotherhood. So when you're a fighter, you don't wish that on anybody. You'd respect each other no matter what, no matter how much bad blood there is. Yeah. But Wilder...
Never raised another man's downfall.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And Wilder did. So now, Wilder, if you look at it, Wilder was beaten by a guy that almost committed suicide, had to lose 10 stone, and was on gear, on drugs, and basically got himself back into good condition again. So really, I'm thinking, and he bitched about the loss afterwards, which to me I think
possibly the worst excuse.
The worst excuse. It was worse than David Hayes.
He made the toll.
Yeah, worse than David Hayes.
No, but who said they'd got no socks on once? Or Nigel Benno once fought and said, I forgot my socks, and then somebody said I wore cheap socks and they got me blisters. Let's be honest, it's a sporter excuse, isn't it? Because no one wants to lose, so it's a sporter excuse. Yeah, admittedly, this one's bad. This one is bad.
Yeah. But all right, what about pantomime at Christmas? What about the back end of a donkey when he's got to do the whole show dressed like a donkey in donkey gear? I bet he's knackered. You know what I mean?
How long did he have it on for?
Yeah, 2 hours. A performance for 3 weeks every night. I bet he's knackered. So what I'm saying is,
if he was going to come with an excuse, it would have been best saying the year when about. So I have respect for not using that. But then it just blew out of the water with the costume being together.
Steve said it when Joshua lost. You hear all these rumours about things that happened in the gym, in the dressing room.
Yeah.
He lost. He said, "You know what? The best man won."
Fair play.
And
he did, but after
he didn't say anything.
No, after he did. Josh, and listen, Josh was my pal, but Josh did an interview on Sky with that Anna Woolhouse, remember it? And he said about Ruiz being a game kid and this and that. And then she said, well, he beat you. And Josh said, we one lucky punch, a punch from the gods. Yeah, well, you can say that's an excuse.
No, not really. I'm not. No, it's not the same standard, man.
It's not the same standard.
I still can't believe Ruiz beat Joshua.
Can you not?
No.
Do you know what though? I think when you break that down, it wasn't as big of an upset as what everything made out. I think a lot of it was you look at Ruiz, the shape he was in.
Yeah, that's what.
AJ, the
never
way
judge
he
a book by his cover.
Yes, never judge a But
why did you look at
when
me
you
then?
start looking at it, when you think he was an Olympian, Ruiz wasn't he? He was a top amateur.
Yeah.
He'd lost once to Joseph Parker.
I thought he won that fight.
Which he won. He probably should have got the decision. So we would have been talking about two unbeaten heavyweights. But I think it was just the obvious, the bodies, what he looked like, and he looked like a fanboy at like the press conference. Maybe you lured him in like, can I have a picture with your belts and stuff like that? I just don't know.
So Wilder's now activated the rematch, the third fight rematch clause. How can he improve on really? They've boxed each other twice. He's lost twice. Just only one of them was official. So he lost by neck and neck over the line, the first one, but it was a draw. The second one he got beaten up and outboxed. So now a third one. Do you think he's going to go in there really and truly believing I've got his number? Because now I'm thinking he's talking money, the money it'll generate. Because if you get beaten so bad in your second fight, well, how can you change? He's not going to turn into an astute.
Wilder's never been a great boxer. His equaliser's always been the power. And I did see, Rich, what you put on Twitter. Does he take X amount for the rematch with Fury, or does he take half that?
Not even half.
Not even half. A third, quarter of that in a fight that he still could lose. And do you know when it happens? When a puncher like that, you can just lose their invincibility, can't they?
He could totally fall apart.
That's it. Now I think the plan now is always going to be put Wilder on the back foot, take away, with levers, long arms.
But I don't even think it was that he put him on back foot. And you notice after a couple of minutes, he sometimes does feel out with jab Wilder, doesn't he? And he throws it. He didn't even jab. And once you don't jab against somebody like a Fury who's coming forward to you, he's just going to back to you, which is what happened.
Because if you watch, every time, and I kept saying, I was sat there watching it with Dylan White, every time he's going to throw the right hand, he'd go out and pull it back every time.
Knock it back.
And so, I know Fury did was hit and step back, step out of range, so he had to get himself in the position, and he stepped back again. The only person that called this fight exactly how it turned out was Fury's dad.
Yeah, he did.
Was his dad? Oh, he was one right there. Was his dad?
Yeah.
And he said, look, I can remember Brendan always said, if you jab like a drip, water on stone, it might not make a difference at first. Then eventually you see the indentation it's making a difference. He totally got beat up in that box.
Look, if he can get $20 million or 15 million, I don't know what the number is. So let's say it's $15 or $20 million for a rematch. Or he can box Andy Ruiz, Dillian White, Billy Sharp, Richard Poxon, Johnny Nelson for $2.5, $3 million. What are you going to do?
He's going to go big, but
and that's what
I'm saying. So like in your mind, you're thinking, has he gone down in my estimation because of the excuses used about his kit being too heavy when he walked in? Is he going to go in? He's thinking, I'm going to go where the big bucks are. Because when you get past a certain stage in boxing, a certain stage of wealth, it's no longer about the money. But this sounds like it is, because in reality, what you do, you think, right, I've got to come back, I need a couple of wins before I get back in with you. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't think it's fair on Fury, me either. He's done it twice.
There's no demand for a third fight, is there?
He looked like he was so up for it, like possessed and concentration levels. And
if you got a phone call tonight, Billy, and they said we want you to come to America, or we want you to come to America, and you're going to go in camp with Wilder and preparing for the rematch, where do you start? Where do you start? Because from that first fight, Anne, it's hard to even know where to start with him with that poor an effort.
We were just looking for one big punch, like you said.
Yeah.
So where would you start?
Well, okay then, so if it was day one of camp tomorrow, first of all, we've got to use his jab against... So Fury's going to fight him exactly the same way, isn't he? So I think we've got to have him moving his feet, using his jab. But what the problem we've got is, for someone who's the amount of fights he's had, you know, the amount of world title defences he's had, yes, he's so raw. Do you know in the Olympics, I remember people will go, and this is no way disrespectful, people go, how can you say you can't box? He got a bronze medal at the Olympics. But honestly, he was so raw. I remember watching him in the Olympics, and he wasn't a super heavyweight then, he was 91 kilo. Like, his arms matched his legs, he was just so skinny, but he was raw and he'd go for it, and he was obviously a strong lad. And so he wasn't this great boxer, but he didn't really learn on the job too much because he was just knocking everyone over, wasn't there? You could argue the Stiverne fight, the 12 rounds was probably his most educational fight, or the Ortiz, the first
you know,
Ortiz
but he still is about.
So what do you do?
What I would do is, if I had to train him, I'd take him back to basics. I'd take him back to basics. Obviously, first of all, when he gets half hospital, he's in better health. We go back to basics. I'd go in the gym. I'd spend the day on just jabbing.
Yeah.
The next day I'm just running right hand. The next day I'm throwing 1-2s. I just walk on footwork, positioning, walk with foot, and using that jab, varying it up. And I know it's not something that most gyms do, but it's something that we did in our gym. What I'm telling you, worked so good, fitness wise, positioning wise, which is in body sparring. Yeah. Body sparring, what you do is, when you're body sparring and you're not hitting the head, you're just hitting the body, you don't want to hit someone's elbows, you don't want to hit their arms, so you're all more accurate, you're popping the shots, and it makes you into a more smart, sharp boxer. I'd make him body spar a hell of a lot, even before we got into fight camp for the fight itself, and then, just using that accuracy, that boxing, bam, 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 let get those shots in, then we start waking upstairs. I'd make him use the jab, turn it in the jab. I'd concentrate jab, and I'd build it. You like building blocks, and build it back into it again.
Surely you should have been coached that though by now.
But Breland's an unbelievable. He was an unbelievable. He had unbelievable success as a fighter.
He was number one amateur in the world. World champion.
But what he's done is you're thinking, well, what works? This has worked for you so far in your career as a professional. So we'll concentrate on this. We'll try and improve that. But now he has the advantage of hindsight, where he's looking back and thinking, right, what can I change here? What can I do to change here? And that's what he can change. That's what he's got to work on.
Oh, do you think who were leading corner, do you think? Because to me that were a bit confusing. You've got Marky, you've got that other fella.
Controversial, hasn't it, now since where Mark saved him, which everyone's seen as the wise decision. You know, ear was bleeding, he was taking a bit of a beating, he saved him for another day. Whereas the other guy, Kevin, what's he called? The other guy was in the corner. I didn't know who was the head. I didn't know who was the chief second. He said, you know, he's pulled out too early. He's also.
He said that straight away, and you know what that struck me as? I'll throw Breland. I'll throw. No, not just that. I'll throw Breland under trade, and I'll stay on trade.
I wonder if Breland will be in the corner again.
Yeah.
In the next fight.
But I'll save my own job.
Yeah, that's what I thought. If I were Mark, I'd be. Do you know what?
Go.
Because let's be honest, Deontay said he shouldn't have been stopped, and he's going to have to have a look at his relationship with Breland.
Yeah.
If I were Mark, I'd do it first and go, do you know what? You two have each other.
You three though, like, you must have not been surprised that he got stopped.
No, it was the right decision.
He was
catching a beating.
And he was like this, weren't he, in the corner?
Yeah.
He looked to beat him.
Me and Ant said today, and what's amazing, what shocked me with it, and we'll go back to it in a minute because me and Ant spoke about it last week, optimum weights.
Yes, I was going to say
he after 7 minutes, he was shattered. Yeah. His body language was tired.
How much heavier was it?
Yeah, but you don't. So as you say, you don't know who's. Is he when he goes into the gym? Is he the boss to say today I'm going to do 5 bags, I'm going to do that on the pads, I'm going to do that because so when he came in so heavy.
Yeah.
You'd think the best performance of Deontay Wilder is when he walks in late 15s.
Yeah, late 15s. Yeah.
He's got speed, he's athletic, and he's got power. But then he's chosen the tactics of putting on, and he looked massive, arms look massive.
Yeah.
So then, what's he going for? What's he working on?
Yeah.
He should, and so he's thinking, will I be able to out punch, out fight, out hustle?
I didn't get that. Ben Davison, again on Twitter, he made the point, no, I don't think this is good weight. He's a natural puncher, Wilder, which he's been knocking people out in the 15 stones for years, hasn't he? Everyone who's been in with. So for him to just feel the need to think, no, you know what, I'm going to put this bit of muscle on.
But is it, man, I don't think he will have been who said, let's put on 10 or 11 pounds. Somebody in his camp said, he's massive, he's ever, strength and conditioning kid.
Breland wouldn't have, Breland wouldn't have in a million
put
years.
10, 11, 12 pound on.
Can you imagine Breland saying
it?
What's the logic when you're unbeaten? You've sparcoed absolutely everybody, and you've got your, like Billy when he plays football, he knows what weights works for him. You know what weights works best for you. You know, you've got your optimum weight. why then in biggest fight of your career, for most money in your career, go, I know, I'll listen to him, I'll put 12
like
pounds
maybe
on.
it's when they were coming together, because obviously
That's
the
what I
last
think.
fight.
Everybody wanted to be stronger, yeah.
But even then he got beat up then, didn't
Yeah.
he? Fury beat him up when he got together.
It's fit, to me, the biggest thing, it weren't how much heavyweight, it weren't his extra weight, it weren't how he looked, he still looked ripped. It was just that I said it to somebody, his fitness and his energy levels were like somebody got a glass of water and they just went like that in 6 minutes.
I've never been in the change room before a fight, so I don't know what you do, but can you bring yourself out
Do
before
No,
a
you
fight?
can't. No, you can't.
No,
No, not.
It'd
it'd have to be something crazy,
Yeah.
wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
You'd have to be. You sometimes have
What do you
it.
mean,
To be
like,
fair, Billy,
nervous,
now,
obviously,
Maybe
sometimes when you're too
nervous
nervous,
energy
you
as
lay
well,
sometimes.
sometimes
yeah,
have
of
it when a
course.
kid said, and Ant will have had it when he's starting off, and Johnny will, right, you're on next, warm up on pads, and then they go, yeah, you're not on next now, you're on in 3
Yeah,
hours,
fight after,
and
yeah.
then like you're knackered
I
later
mean,
on,
early
do you
on
know
in
what
the
I
career, I
mean?
remember warming up about 3 or 4 times. No, not yet. If this goes by, this goes inside the distance, you're on. If it doesn't, so you sit back down.
And you're all over the place, but would he, with the experience level and fights he's been in,
No,
would he have won him? He won't have overdone it in
I
dressing
mean, you can
room.
argue about sometimes overdoing it in camp, but not the way he come apart like that. How quick, just how
Listen,
quick.
he wanted to make a statement, and I'm quite sure. Listen, unless they say something terrible happening in camp, I'm quite sure he ticked every box as far as they were concerned in regards to their mental preparation, physical preparation for the fight. So I just think he just quite clearly got beat by the better man,
Yeah,
and I can't see what he can
Tyson was
change.
that good. No,
Yeah,
I can't
see what he can
was that
change.
good.
He'll believe though, the one thing he's got going for him, if his head's okay, and he seems like a switched on kid is, he knows that he could knock anyone down.
Yeah.
That's the only thing he's still got going for him. So yeah, he's been knocked down, yeah, he's been beat, but he knows on my night, if I catch someone, I can spark him. So he knows that, doesn't he? That's the only.
But
I'm not saying it's a positive.
Surely you don't think he can do that to Fury after what he's just done?
Well, he can he's knocked Fury down, hasn't he? So he knows he
yeah,
can
but he knocked him
him
down. But the thing is, which was
Fury was so
Fury got
strong.
knocked down in the last round,
Yeah.
and I mean when you box in 12 rounds and you shatter and you get put down with a shot like that, you stay down.
Yeah.
Fury's like, oh, I'm straight back up again. So he's thinking, what the fuck? So he knows if Fury's thinking, all right then, yeah, I got you once, I'll see what happens this time. Now this time, Fury didn't even give him a chance. He just beat him up with a jab.
But I said to somebody, I don't know if it were you, Ant, or someone else who rung me and asked me what I thought. What amazed me with it was, as well, for how quick he capitulated and beating it up, he never actually really hit him flush clean.
Yeah.
He didn't
He
walk him
didn't
onto a
take
big
him
right hand
clean,
and banged him
yeah.
off chin and he bought or smashed
Yeah.
him with left hook. And I can't remember if he were in second or third, and that's when I thought, he's gone. Tyson were marching him across ring and he threw like a long lazy left hook, and it was like he just threw it to throw it, and I thought, and it hit him, and that's when I thought he can't get out of the way or anything here. This is only going one way.
Do you know what? There's one thing I was thinking when you said about he's exercising the rematch clause. Is there a possibility he's doing it to increase the chance of step aside money? Because we all know
I tell you what I
wants to
thought.
see.
I tell you what
Do
I
you know-
thought. I thought common sense would tell him to exercise that rematch clause. It doesn't mean he's going to do it.
Of course, that's what I'm saying.
It keeps him in the picture.
Straight
So
away
he can
there.
say, because of my injury, it's going to keep me out for a year. So you can have a couple of fights, and then when I'm better, I'll come back. And so it keeps him in the picture.
If he could protect
so
his
common
position,
sense,
if he could
common
protect
sense,
his
he's got to say
position,
that.
you'd say to him, go and have another fight and come back.
Yeah, common sense will tell him that.
Does it, if the impossible did happen and Tyson Fury and Joshua do agree terms and promoters agree terms,
keeps him in the picture.
Yeah, well, you've got to sort Wilder out first. There's an extra few million.
But then the other thing is this: Dylan White's been waiting 3
Of course, yeah.
900 days.
Yes.
And he's a mandatory 900 days. So where does that leave Dylan White?
Well, it was funny other than that. Well,
They bring up what they want.
Yeah, but how much is he going to get paid, Billy? That's the difference. He might get 3 or 4 million. But I laughed other night because Eddie tweeted, forget trilogy, let's do unification. And Dillian tweeted it straight away, what about me and doing what's right? So Eddie's got a tricky position now because he's Dillian's promoter. Like you've been said, it's been sat there however many 100 days.
900.
And if they box again, if they do that trilogy fight and then they pay everybody off and do the Joshua fight, he's back in the next year.
So now you're going to look at it this way. So do the governing bodies do the right thing, which they never do, which is not make Anthony Joshua make his mandatory defences against Usyk or whoever. Do the governing bodies not make the next defence if Wilder doesn't take it against the right man, as in
they'll go in money. They'll go in there.
Usyk's another one. He wants his shot. He's mandatory. He wants his shot. So if Fury Joshua doesn't happen next, I'm not saying it'll never happen. However, it won't happen for all the belts because there's a WBO who are going to be on Furious, the IBF with Pulev, and the WBC obviously with Dillian White. So that's what
all the stars have got to align and they say, you know what, just for this day in history, we're going to make these two fight.
They'll follow. Well, look, let's be honest. We all know. Let's all be realistic. They'll just follow money.
Yeah, of course.
But if they do follow the money and they don't happen, then you're looking at kids like Dillian and Usyk and Pulev. They're not going to fight for the title till back in the next year. At best.
But it's show business, and unfortunately, it's the business that kills the show.
You
know, because I don't doubt for 1 second these guys don't want to fight each other.
You three will tell me again though. Surely it's Wilder, Fury, and Joshua who are the main three.
It is, but it is, Billy. But if you work your way up and you're waiting for your shot, and White's been easy waiting for his shot, he looks older than Johnny now, but he's been waiting that long. You want whether people think you deserve it or not. You've worked your way up there. You want your go.
Someone's going to create a meme of like a skeleton, White, and this is I'm still waiting for my shot.
So I think it's difficult for Eddie with Dillian with his relationship because obviously Eddie wants to make AJ against Fury because it's his biggest fight out there, but he's supposed to be battling for Dillian to get him the title shot. So Dillian's in a tricky spot. I don't know where he goes with it.
One other thing, if the impossible does happen, Fury and AJ, where does it happen?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why they're saying it can't happen on it.
Saudi Arabia.
You think?
Yeah, nailed on. That's where it'll go. They'll pay. Look, if they paid 50 or 60 million for Ruiz, what are they going to pay for that?
But can you blame him? Can you blame them?
No, you get people on Twitter going, when you've got 50 million, you shouldn't care about money.
So I remember
in the UK, shouldn't it? But I know it's in its hard.
Yeah, it should be at Wembley.
I remember when I remember when Carlton Palmer left. Was it Sheffield United? He was going to Leeds. Yeah. Is my right? And we were in Josephine's. And he was getting some right stick. They hated him. He was getting some right hammer. So this
for you younger members, that were a famous nightclub in Sheffield.
So this guy was giving Carlton some right shit. And I'm thinking, shit, man, this is the problem going out with them. And then when we're out, Carlton was winding the fella up, which was funny. He just lit a cigar with a certain pound note, but it wasn't a pound. Anyway, I said to the fella, "Where do you work?" He said, "Fletcher's." I went, all right then. Sunbless is across the road from Fletcher's. Yeah. If Sunbless offered you twice as much money to come and do the same job you're doing there and there, would you go? He said, "'Cause the fuck you would." I said, "So what's the difference? What's he doing?" And it's the same as boxing. You can't complain about the fighters going where the dough is because they're only going to do the same thing anywhere in the world, and they've got life-changing, not life-changing. I mean, it's
generational money. For the kids, the grandkids.
We can complain, but they're still going to watch it.
Look really good. Yeah,
it's just he's back from China for a while, isn't he? He can't go back for a while, but what I'm saying is, I know as fans, in an ideal world, we want what we want. But sometimes you've got to think these guys are doing their job, and if the money's there, if anybody's to get it, they're to get it. So why not?
Yeah. Look, if they said to them, "Look, you can do it," if everyone sits around the table and goes, "Right, we can do it at Wembley," and I'll guarantee you, let's use any number, I guarantee you 40 million each if it's at Wembley. Or we can do it in Saudi Arabia, and I guarantee you 80 million each. What do you want to do? It's like shortest conversation in the world.
No matter what, it's going to get massive stick in. Again, understandably, but it is the business, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the thing is, who do you blame? You can't blame the promoters get the blame, but you don't blame the promoters because you tell the fighter, "This, look, son, you can take 100 million here, or let's take 50 there to do the right thing by the public." The fighter's the same.
Plus, do you know, like the atmosphere though in
Saudi?
Yeah, it'll not be as good. But
is that not important for a boxer?
It is, but Billy, do you know in a sport as brutal as boxing, when you're actually physically punching each other in the head, or like whacking your head against wall, and like he's just, you know, if someone says to you, if I said to you now, I'm going to punch you in the head and give you 20 quid, or I can punch you in the head and I'll give you 500 quid, Billy, what do you fancy doing? You're going to go, yeah, I'll take 500.
But I mean, can it not help you as a boxer though? Do you know?
It can help you, surely, definitely, and that's where you'll see if the fighters are like, "No, we're having it here," or you'll see if it is about, the money, which nine times out of 10
I think Fury, either one of them, Fury would say do it in Britain.
Of course, he would in front of
it. He'd say I'll do it in Britain.
He's won a lot of people over on it.
That's, I think, at the minute, I think for the first time now, if they was to fight tomorrow at Wembley, who'd have the most support, who'd have the biggest support out of them two?
In the ground, Josh. Because I reckon what they call, I don't like using this word, casuals are compiling out. but I reckon across the country, you'd say probably
But
Fury.
at one point, that wouldn't have even been up for discussion.
No,
would
no,
it?
it wouldn't have even
Like,
been
I
a
think
toss-up.
now Tyson's one of the most recognisable faces in sport,
Yeah.
not just boxing, in sport, definitely.
A few years ago, I'd have said Joshua had never lost a fight. But now, if Joshua fought Fury, I'd go with Fury.
Well, that's right. A shock is a shock, only when it happens. It's like when Joshua lost, you thought, oh shit, all of a sudden he looked really vulnerable.
Of course, yeah.
You've seen Wilder lost, all of a sudden looked vulnerable. Before that, you thought, shit, how are you going to beat this man? So everybody's got a chink in their armour and Achilles heel.
Yeah.
It's just finding. When you find, you think there's a blueprint. The only fight we know there wasn't a blueprint to fight was Floyd Mayweather, Rocky Marciano, Joe Calzaghe, and so you can never say that. So far, Tyson Fury. So Tyson Fury's in a position where, I've never lost. So what's the blueprint to beating him?
Yeah.
Is anybody tall enough, long enough, sharp enough, fast enough, boxing enough? The only technically astute fighter in the top 10 that I would match him, Tyson Fury, is Alexander Usyk.
But is he big enough?
But is he big enough? Is he big enough? So technically, he's on point, but is he big enough?
Technically as well.
Well, you're talking about your optimum weight again.
Course,
if he says, well, let's put a stone on so I
Does
can
it
compete,
take
does
away-
everything else go away?
But I do remember
Does it
seeing
lose his
Usyk
feel a
sparring
little
with
Klitschko.
Klitschko in the preparation for Klitschko's fight against
Yes.
Tyson Fury, and he battered him. And he
Yeah.
was only a 7-0 pro then. And
Yeah.
he battered him, and so he did an amazing job.
I think, being honest, I think we were talking about this on ringside. I think Usyk, you'd back against almost everyone, and you'd make it favourite
if you were
against
managing a
almost any
boxer,
heavyweight.
if you were managing a boxer and you were an
Not a
heavyweight and they went,
chance.
you want to box Usyk, I'd be
Not
like,
a chance. You've got to be honest.
bang.
Nah, no way.
no.
No way. That's why I believe with the WBO and his manager will do the right thing. No, we're forcing this. You've got to fight us because he's not going to get favours otherwise.
Yeah.
He's going to need. Whereas if he's got the title, people are going to have to fight him, aren't they?
Yeah.
And
It's
that's why I think
interesting.
he'll get forced.
It's interesting, it'll all unfold over the next few weeks. So, Billy, what else is interesting in world of Sheffield United? Billy Sharp Football Academy?
Yeah, hopefully launching soon.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a date for you, but I've not at the minute. But yeah, just wanted to give something back to the kids that people that look up to me and across the city. I've done a few camps before, and the attendances from the kids are really good. But just want to. I enjoy being around the kids as long as they've got a smile on their face. And
How do you find the time, Billy? You got to train.
That's one thing that is difficult. But I've got the coaches who I trust and who are looking from my philosophy to progress kids for all ages from 4 to 14, for girls, boys, any abilities. Because there's academies, Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday, Chesterfield, Barnsley, around here, Rotherham, whatever, but there's still not enough places for kids. So
to go and play.
So what's driven you to create this? You're a Sheffield boy through and
because
through.
You've always wanted to do, or
I wouldn't say it was something I've always thought of doing, but as my career has gone on and I've got more experienced, and to see the kids, if kids come and watch you boxing, it's one of the best things.
Of course.
And one day they'll not want my autograph, and they'll not be shouting my name. So I just wanted to give something back for them to achieve something.
And have you been hands-on in doing programme and that? You hands-on with it?
Yeah, that's what I say. I'd love to have had a date and I'll tell you more details, but I can't just yet. But it's starting to spread, and people are starting to know.
Was this your idea, or was it a collective discussion?
Yeah, no, it was my idea. Like I said, I had the camps in Sheffield, and it was going really well. But I just wanted to progress it a little bit more with a few coaching nights a week, and for my coaches as well. I believe that they've got the ability to bring kids on, and if it is something that they're not quite good enough to get in the Sheffield United Academy or whatever, or Sheffield Wednesday Academy, then they were with us to be able to progress, to be able to step.
How far can you take him? If you are in a position of influence where you can say, look, give this kid a
Well, I think it's going to be better because it's going to be a non-pressured environment as well. You've not got that Sheffield United badge.
A lot of parents say that, don't they, Billy? Do you know academy football? They say for kids pressure.
Yeah. And I think it's good down to the parents as well. I think they can push them too much sometimes.
yeah, there's nothing worse than pushy parents, is there?
I've got a 7-year-old who's playing football at the minute, and I'd like to think I know a lot more about football than they do, but some of the shouts on the sideline.
Let's get back to that thing when you were talking about the heading the ball.
Yeah.
They capped it. How many times a kick can head a ball in the match?
I love heading ball. It's something, it's massive part of the game, and I think it's from 6 to 12 now. They're putting a limit on how many headers kids can actually have. I think for 7, 8 and 9, I think it's something like 5 a month. So I throw you a ball 5 times, you can head it, and then that's you done for the month. I don't know how it's going to work, but...
It's like in a match, so if a defender can clear the ball off the line, but they're on 5 headers. Like, it's mad, isn't it?
You can't say that.
You won't want to be a kid who goes like that.
Yeah, who's the man doing the stats? What happens if he does?
I'm not sure how that is going to work. I think it is down to the coaching and the training side of it. I don't think they're going to be able to do that
That's
in
never
games.
going to last, is it?
Don't you think it's more important that they taught proper technique to head rather than not taught it at all?
But so
that's what I'm trying to do now with my oldest boy, and he was afraid to head it, but now he actually knows when he heads it in the right place with the right technique that it doesn't hurt.
So this is some past research of head injuries that are connected to football. But haven't the balls changed? The balls are lighter now. It's a different leather. It's a different light. It's a different weight.
It's like in any sport, things are changing, and it is for the better for the sport. The balls they do move a lot more. They are not as hard, and I think it was like, I'm not that old, but it was like heading a brick back in the day. So it's going to affect you, but. They've obviously done studies that have proven to show that it does affect. So, that's a.
I just wonder, like for you, like an amateur club and that, how's it going to affect boxers?
With boxing, like I say, how could if you're saying that about football?
Yeah.
How are you going to justify amateur boxing? Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
It's not just boxing as well, rugby as well.
Yeah,
that's physical
and stuff. I was, going back to push your parents and that, but if you didn't mind me asking, because my lad's just started playing football. He's 6 years old. What advice do you give to a parent, let's say you're someone who's done it, at the highest level?
Yeah.
Is it just the obvious one, make sure your kid's enjoying it, or is there
I think that's a big thing, got to be enjoying it, because if you're forcing your kid to do something that he's not enjoying...
the moment he gets old enough, he's going to walk, isn't it? Yeah.
And you're a professional sportsman, so you want to win, and you enjoy winning.
Yes.
And I'm still a big believer in that.
Taking
part is important.
Yes.
Because you've got to enjoy it, but... It's got to be a drive to be
the
best individually and collectively. Exactly.
You want to create winners, I believe that.
Because you hear it, like you were saying, push your parents, how many times have you been at an amateur show and knock him out? Favourite one, honestly, my favourite. Or even if you're in corner when there's a profile. Hit him! Knock him out! And you're like, because it's dead simple. This is boring, knock him out. And you're like, no.
You're 10, 11-year-old kid to knock him out, do you know what I mean? It's mad.
Do you ever stand there though, listen and just think, no, don't? Do you know what?
I think I prefer to watch boxing on TV because I'll get to hear people like yourself talking about it rather than being at the boxing, had a few drinks.
Yeah. So in the academy,
there's a fight going off in the stands. So you can't really see things. Yeah. It's good to get the atmosphere in, but
so in the academy, are the parents allowed to watch? Yeah.
Yeah.
So in our gym on a Saturday morning when the kids are there, Brendan always said, parents stay at the door. You can't come in. Because what would happen is a kid wouldn't flourish being a kid, show cameos of what he could potentially do, because he could probably go to his mum or his dad and say whatever. So he'd say no parents inside, and that's how you got a lot of kids developing and developing pretty quickly. So as an idea, as a suggestion, if it's possible to do that, but then you're creating a babysitting service. Yeah. If it's possible to do that, you say to the parents, you can't go and sit in the car, or
I think you have to be made of something different to be a boxer, to be a footballer. I really do believe that. I think your mentality has...
For any kid, I think whatever sport it is, Billy, there's something horrible in it, and I've heard it, you've heard it, and Johnny, you haven't, Billy, you've definitely heard it. And when you see a kid walking off a football pitch and dad's like, you were crap, why didn't you this, why you were crap, and you just think, you're just killing a kid. And we've seen it in boxing gyms, haven't you?
You mentioned that, now, amateur parents aren't allowed. It's with the ABA, they're not allowed now. Like you said, we're bending a bit back. I remember when I was younger, certain parents would wait behind. Now it's sort of against all rules. The law, I don't know whether it's down to safeguarding or what. I have no idea. But they're not allowed to stay now.
I remember when I boxed amateur, and it's not a secret, I was shit. So I'm not. I was shit. So my dad, he came to the shows, and I can remember him I'd come out from a fight as an amateur. I had 13 amateur fights, only won 3. I was crap. So my dad had said, "Johnny, you're rubbish. What are you boxing for?" Every time he'd come out, "Johnny, you're rubbish." And Brendan said to me, "Look, do me a favour. You gotta fuck your dad off." I'm like, "Bren, how can I do that? You gotta fuck him off. He's not helping the job." I'm like, "Bren." So then it got to the point where I couldn't tell him I was fighting. and he was really hurt when he found out a few fights down the line I'd had more fights. Yeah. Because he said it just didn't help my confidence wise. Because
do you think it did affect you though?
Oh my God, yeah. Because when your dad's telling you shit, you shit.
That can be the same as someone on the sidelines, like you just said, coming in the gym.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You've got to be.
All they're thinking about is their dad thinking negative.
Thinks I'm shit. Negative. Yeah, and then it's like putting your hand in a sweetie jar. You grab so many sweets, but you can't get it out. You're just under that much pressure.
Everything tenses up, doesn't it? Everything.
Yeah, and that's why that was part of the reason my brother said, do not let the parents can't come in. Yeah. And I think it's such an important aspect in any sport for any youngster going in. They've got to. Kids act differently when their parents aren't around. Completely different. They might be little shits. They might come out of the shell. But you've got to bring the best out of them. But when the parents are there, it keeps them in the shell. Just an idea in regards to when you're coaching them.
So when you get your opening, you've got to let us know. Because Johnny, can he come down? He's probably too old, but Johnny is. Can you explain offside rule?
What do you mean? Listen,
he doesn't really know.
I know football inside out. Trust me, Rasta.
So if you can get some like private.
Why would you say something like that?
Because you told me last week you went, Richard, I don't even know the first thing about football. John, you don't have to be shy.
Okay, the problem with football is this: if we're going to play football,
I don't understand it.
Well, if we're going to play football and you foul me and I hit your back and I get sent off, I'm not into that shit. So if we're going to foul, let's make it official. We can foul. Don't be like butting me when the referee's not looking, then I get sent off for reacting. That's my problem with football.
No, you can't do your time. Billy got sent off this year, Billy, didn't you? Yeah. And I've got to be honest, Billy, don't think bad of me. I'm a bit reactive, man. I get wound up. When you got sent off, you were like my main striker in my dream team, and I just whipped your heart rate in anger. Don't think bad of me.
I was doing some training with the lads down at Sheffield Wednesday when Leon Clark, did he play for me once?
Played for Wednesday.
Yeah, he played for Wednesday.
Is it United now?
So what we do is in training camp. We remember this. We was in the training area. And we were sparring, and Leon, he was a bit of a brat at the time, and he said, "I've not come to box. I've come to play football." He didn't want to, and it wasn't about boxing. It was about containing that energy, just contain that anger, just being cool. So we'd spar, put them all on a station, and Leon didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it, and I'm like, "Leon, come on, man." And he wouldn't have it, so I said, look, just throw a shot and just move out of the way. Basically, I'd let him hit me as hard as he want to the body, and they'd get angry, and then I'd be saying, calm down, boys, be cool. And then they start thinking, getting the shots together. Liam wasn't playing, and so I'm saying, come on, Liam. And he said, I've not come for this. So I went to push him on the shoulder, so just so he'd throw a shot to say that's open. And he went, ah! Jumped on the floor. I went, yo! And all the lads stopped. I went, I went, yo, if you were hit, you wouldn't make a noise. Get up, man. I'm like, ah! And he got up and chipped. Came out and the lads were pissing themselves laughing. And I thought, you know what? You can't get away with that bullshit in boxing. You can do it in football, give it 17 rolls. But you can't.
I thought he was going to say you did that. He tried to.
But he just didn't want to do it.
I think now he would.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But at the time, he was just a bit. I don't think he understood, and we kept talking. I don't think he understood the privileged position he was in playing for a football team, getting paid every week, and it wasn't. When you train, it's not just about training your body. It's about training your mind, disciplining your mind. And I think he just didn't get it. He's probably got it now because he's a lot more mature. But then it was funny as fuck. When he'd run off, the lads went off.
I can't wait to mention it.
So talking of Wilder, who would you rather face in a bad mood, Deontay Wilder or Chris Wilder? Which would be worse to face?
I think I'd rather let the gaffer hit me.
Would you?
Well, yeah, the
gaffer. Who's main man in changing room now? Is it that I'm sometimes think, don't be offended, I reckon, is it that Mick Burney because he rocks up in old Stone Island gear, doesn't he? And he's always on Instagram sparring, so is he main man at United?
Actually.
Is he?
No, he ain't the main man. I'm saying he's always on Instagram sparring.
He's always sparring.
I was going to ask, did you do a bit of pre-season? There's a lot of clubs do.
We did it 2 seasons ago. We went down to the EIS and I enjoyed it because we didn't, like you say, it was something different.
Yes.
And I appreciate it's a different kind of fitness. It really is, and I enjoyed it. But some of the lads are really into the boxing.
Yeah. Who's your favourite manager? I've always been, when it comes to football, I don't know that much, but I've always been more of a fan of the management than the team. Like Sir Alex Ferguson, when he was there, he took no shit. Yeah. If you messed up,
that's the kind of manager I prefer.
Yeah. And Sheffield Wednesday ex-manager, what's his name? They went up and then got rid of him. God, I've forgotten his name. Sheffield United ex-manager. He's down in Brighton now, down in London.
Warner.
Neil Warner. I rated Neil because he just took no shit. You know, he just and so I like guys like that don't let the players, you know, tell them what I'm doing today. They are just. And who's your favourite manager?
No, like I say, I prefer the old school manager because I'm old enough to be in that old school, but now I've come through and still here where it's changing a lot. But the gaffer's brought obviously old school traditions to the club, but has moved on with the time as well.
Would you be that kind of manager?
Definitely, yeah. I think you have to instill that to your players to know how lucky they are. But how we work is every single day is we work hard like we do on a match day. Because I think I've been at some clubs where the manager doesn't really scare you. So you think you can get away with murder. Well, some players do. I'm not that kind of person who I'd like. Whether the manager's telling me to do that or not, I try and do things to my best of my ability. But yeah, I think as a manager, Gaffer is definitely one of the best because he's done a lot of good things for me, and we've been successful the last 4 years.
Is that an ambition long term, that, Billy? Because you're a boyhood Sheffield United fan.
Yeah,
come back in first division, Championship, Premier League, captaining club. Is that an ambition?
Yeah, I'd love to have a go at it. Yeah.
We were at the Manchester United training ground when Cantona played for them, and we were doing some. I think we were doing an advert.
I liked him to refuse to play for Wednesday.
Well, just wait. so Alex hadn't come in yet, and so we're all waiting in the medical room. So I sat on the side. I've never seen grown men act like, yo, get off there, the gaffer will kill him. I'm like, the fuck, what? And I'm sat on the side where the medical side, and when he came in, they went quiet like little kids. And I thought, wow, that's proper control, that is.
Do you know what I
Does that happen in the gym though? If, you know, like, you can have your mess about, but as soon as the main man comes in, it's time to work.
You respect it. You respect it. I was going to ask this, and I've always wondered it because obviously being a big Red, and Sir Alex thinking he's the greatest manager ever, but then I think with certain players like Bikino, I think social media wasn't that big, so they're like, you know, when you were starting off social media, before Facebook, was it MySpace or something? There wasn't, do you know, whereas now, social media is a huge part of the game, as it is.
David Beckham was
boxing.
one of the first ones to take full advantage of social media.
And that was it, and like for instance, Pogba is very controversial at United and that now. And everyone go, oh, Fergie won't stand for that. But now I think the game has moved like that.
You can't. Ferguson would have to change his ways now with players that are at Man United.
I like Brian
players that are coming
like
through, like you say. But I think boxing's very traditional.
Yeah.
You know, you start from where you start, and you have to have that mentality.
Yeah.
And I think all trainers aren't the same. You'll tell me that, but with football, I think it's changed. When you're coming through as a kid now, you don't clean like professional boots, you don't clean toilets, just things that make you think, that was a tough day.
How much do I want to do this?
Exactly. How much do I want to do it? And now it's about Louis Vuitton wash bag and trainers,
Bauman jumper.
and if you've got them, you think you've made it, but it's about racking up the appearances and whatever you want to achieve. You know, promotions, goals.
Biggest goal scorer this century. That's another one.
But it has changed, and the managers have to take that in consideration now, definitely.
Dominic Ingle is nothing like Brendan was. Brendan had talk you into it and make you want it as much as he did. Whereas Dominic, this is what we're doing today, and if you didn't do it, you'd come out. And so I rated both of them, how they both were. I loved how Brendan. I'd have never boxed if Brendan wasn't the way he was. I just wouldn't have done it. And when I met Dominic when I was a kid, I just thought, fuck that, I'm not doing that. But then as I got older and more established, and Dominic started to take over, I love that no nonsense. This is what we're doing today, and so certain sort of management works with certain individuals to bring them on.
I think that's a good part of a manager as well. You have to know what works with certain players.
I agree.
Like say with some players are different to others, and if you treat them the same, they're going to react differently. So I think you have to run them up
I remember Kerry Kayes always used to say the saying, some fighters need a carrot, some need a stick, and I think it's knowing when to use the carrot and when to use the stick, and I think that's the
probably just comes with experience. And
yes, good coach, good manager,
yeah.
Different ones will react to different fighters, different players react to that, different treatment.
Well, we'll look forward to it opening, pal. And Johnny will be down. Boots. We'll go down to we'll get down to Decathlon, get some cheap boots. Because he won't stick at it. We'll only get him cheap.
I'll get those boots where the studs don't come out. They still make those studs where the studs don't come out. They still make them.
I don't know, probably.
Molded stuff. Just don't make.
You'll be alright. And then if you don't stick it to you can just.
Wear your boxing boots, you'll be fine.
You'll be alright, you'll be alright. When he flies through you at 80 mile an hour in your boxing boots.
Liam Clark will get his own bike thinking,
you do all the ladders and that in the gym though, don't you?
Some
footwork's everything. Footwork is everything.
Just put some of that on for you and let you show the kids instead of me what you do for the lads.
And then they can like nutmeg you.
I'm actually training with a Luton team next month, doing some with those boys down there. So we're doing the same kind of thing we did at Sheffield Wednesday. So I think as long as they don't try and make me play football, I'm cool. I'll do that shit.
Kel, film with Terence Crawford, trying to get a Crawford fight. I don't see that happening.
Well, Kel's got to push himself up. Kel's got to push himself up to put it. You've got to associate yourselves with where you want to be. It doesn't mean that's going to happen yet. Yeah. But I know Kel, Kid Gallagher, a few of the lads from the gym. They've gone on like a US tour. So they've gone out to Vegas, then they're going across to Denver.
Yeah, they go see Kel, which I think
like and so and what they're doing, they're basically saying, look, we're here. We're in the mix. Great shout from Kel because he got great access to a lot of fighters, and I think he'll understand how much he was actually respected by other welterweights in the world. Because when he's seen these guys and they're saying, "Well, Kel Brook, where you are," I think he needed that. I think for Kid Galahad again, he needs that. I think for the youngsters coming through, you've always got to associate yourself with that star-studded
ultimate goal,
because then it drives you on. So it's for Kel, it's great. You talk about it.
Him out. People are talking about it, aren't they?
Yeah, certainly not like with Kel, but like with Kid Galahad, and I don't think it applied to Kid Galahad, or maybe not even Liam Williams, but something Joe always said to us was, it's almost like a dress rehearsal. You're around those big fights, so when your time comes, you're not caught in the headlights. You're not caught in the headlights. So
Interesting. We're just gonna. Kel don't want to be fighting Terence Crawford. We're just gonna skip over that.
Not at all. Well, what I'm saying is, but Kel's got to associate himself. If Kel believes,
if he wants the big money fights, and
that's what I'm saying. Got left, so that's
what I'm saying.
Hang on a minute.
So as we said last week, what you got to do is you've got to hang your hat high, especially in this position, especially Kel's position. So if he's got 4 or 5 fights left, he's got to be talking like that now. So you associate him there, and you don't associate with Joe Bloggs. That's just come.
I'm not knocking Kel.
Yeah, you are.
Outside point.
You wouldn't have turned the camera out, so we know it.
That doesn't seem like a fight Kel wants right now, though.
He wants.
Does he? While
we're on about Wilder, does he step back and take 4 or 5 fights, and who knows what happens in them 4 or 5 fights, or do you chase?
Yeah, I mean, he's only had 1 fight, and it's for a long time.
Yeah, it's obviously not going to be the next fight, but you're talking. He's got to line himself up. He's got to make people know I'm there. And if you start shouting up about fighting somebody now, it probably happens 3 or 4 fights down the line. It's the game. It's kid.
That's what he was saying last week. You don't really want to fight Liam Smith, so boy, definitely don't want to be fighting.
I don't know who he's going to fight next. I'm not sure. It'll be interesting. Like you said, Liam would be a really good fight. We'll see what happens, but I don't see Kel getting that huge name next. I don't think that happens. Yeah. So Alejandro Jimenez failed the drugs test failed the drugs test not long ago after a women's title fight. She accidentally failed the drugs test for the stuff. I think she was done for stanozol. I might be wrong on that, but she was done for a steroid. Said it's an absolute travesty. I don't know what's happened. I've definitely not cheated. There's something wrong with that bottle for A sample. Anyway, they tested B sample this week. Positive also. She's banned. That's her out for a while, so that's another one bites the dust.
Well, I think eventually the net's closing tighter on a lot of sportsmen and women in all sports, not just boxing. And if you're going to go down that path, before you might be able to just swerve it, but I think the net is just getting too tight. I think it's eventually.
Do you know what I think's catching people out more than tests? More people are questioning now than ever before.
Yes.
And they're passing, and it's an old-fashioned test, but people are using eye test and thinking, can he really do that? Is that real? Should he be that big? Should he be that fast? How come he's gone from here to here? I think it's people questioning more than testers getting better.
Yeah.
Me, personally.
But as I said, I think science is moving on rapidly, and again, he's going to get to a stage where it's going to be almost impossible.
Can he turn up just?
Yes.
In the gym. Yeah.
So certain athletes, naming all names, what they do is they'd give 5 addresses, to say this is my hall of residence. I might be there, so you got to tell me when you're coming.
Yeah.
One of the addresses might be in Jamaica, Tijuana, Russia,
See, that is
Scotland. And so you
get
got
away with
Yeah,
it.
you
Lots
can
of
just
noise,
skip programs,
and
yeah.
stuff,
You can just skip
I
round
know
it.
with UCAD and VAR we had to let him know like where he was, but also you had to let him know an hour where you had to be in that
Yeah.
place.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you know, if there was to call, and if you wasn't there, I think you got 3 strikes and bang, you was out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will get to a stage where it's almost impossible to cheat, and it's not.
I think it'll
unfortunately.
only stop, Johnny, when the punishments are worse than the benefits. of
Yeah, so
cheating.
basically, so are you saying, for instance, if somebody cheats and they kill somebody or maim
No,
somebody,
I don't even think
and it's
that.
a
No, I don't even think that. I think, look, in Austria now there's a big doping case going on called
Do you know what?
Anderlas.
Yes.
I sent you a link to it last week.
Yeah.
A cyclist, an ex-pro cyclist, had to write a letter because he's got caught all blood doping using transfusions. He's had to write an open letter to his fans and his family saying, yeah, I've cheated all through my career.
Yeah.
But in Austria, it's called sporting fraud. You can actually go to jail for like up to 7 or 8 years, and you can be fined so much of your past earnings. So if you're a boxer, and there is a few, let's be honest, we play with this ball, but there's a few we know have been at it and we think are at it now, and you get away with it, and you earn your £10 million or whatever, or your $10 million, and then you get caught, and they take your title off, you'll ban you. You've still got your 10
So
million
what,
quid.
what's happened with Lance Armstrong? That's that.
This is what I mean. I was just going to say, I used to love watching Tour de France.
Yeah.
But then when he's come out with what he did,
I
and then
I read the
more of
books.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
I read the books, I was inspired, I was like,
What the
oh,
band-
Superman,
Yeah, I can remember him ringing me up
Yeah,
one day.
and I was like,
"Bitch, you
that's
think
me
these
doing
rumours are
cycling."
true? I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Athletics is another one though as well.
Yeah.
So I think,
Yeah.
Did he have to pay any money back?
well, they sued him after, and who sued him was US Postal, who were sponsor,
Yes.
and they were saying you've tarnished our reputation. But his lawyer went, well, show us your losses. And they
Yeah.
couldn't physically show any
And
losses. So
Nike couldn't
Yeah.
sue
Yeah.
him, but they just took everything
they
off
just
him.
took everything off
Yeah.
him. But
So what about the financial?
listen, say you earn 50, let's just use round numbers, let's say you earn $50 million, it's probably cost him 2. So if you're saying to a kid from an impoverished background, do this, cheat, you're going to earn 50 million, worst case happens, you're going to have to pay 2 back. What are you going to do?
It's more known now though for cheating than the actual.
Yeah.
But look, if you took everybody out of that era of cycling, and cycling today,
We just
there'd
have
be
a lot of
nobody
bikes
left.
lit up.
I'd have a chance of winning it. I'd have a chance, I could enter it and I could win. But I think, until something happens where they say, if you get caught, Johnny,
Yeah.
we're going to ban you for, if it's your second offence or whatever, that's it, that's you done. And what you've earned in your last 3 fights, we're taking 60%
So
off.
what I'm-
You think about it first.
So what I'm to those legitimate failures?
But everything's legitimate, Johnny. You tell me one case, and you tell me because you'll follow it as well.
Yeah.
But you tell me where somebody gets done and says, "Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I have been.
Rare, isn't it?
I've eaten a piece of beef in Mexico. Somebody's chucked something in my spaghetti bolognese. I've had a kind of Energizer caffeine drink and there was something in it. Nobody admits
That's
it.
nightmares.
What did we say last week? Yeah, I've had some night. That woman canoeist,
Yeah.
Oh,
her
crazy.
boyfriend's bodily fluids, and she's got off with it.
But
So when-
I've got a problem with that because
don't bring that up again.
no, but
Ross.
what I'm
You've not
saying
seen
is
it.
I just need to understand what fluid it was. I need to understand. I don't get it.
I think-
Guess.
Oh, come on.
Come on, I'm
Not
not painting a
much.
picture.
No.
I'm not painting a picture. But she got off.
Can
So
we
what I'm
one or
saying
two?
is,
Can we 1 or 2?
yeah. That's it, yeah. So she said that, and she's got off. So nobody admits it.
But
So
do you
what's
know what?
legitimate? How do
The
you
other
call
thing
that
with the punishment-
legitimate and
Yeah,
illegitimate?
what you just said about the money, that's doing more.
Of course. Well,
Yeah.
listen, what about the other week? Jarrell Miller, who's failed a few drug tests.
Yeah.
He got a 6-month ban. He's just signed a big deal with Top
Yeah.
Rank. Yeah, is it Ivan Redkach who fought Garcia? He bit Garcia in the fight. I don't mean like Tyson Holyfield.
Yeah.
He was half clowning.
Nicked it.
Did he get $300,000?
Yeah,
He got his full purse,
yeah,
did
they
he?
tried to take his full
Tried to
purse
take
off
his
him.
full
I got,
purse.
you know,
You're like, where's
let me just say, whenever there's a fight, a drug cheat, I always say drugs don't make you a better boxer. It might improve your cycling. It won't make you a better boxer. It might make you hold a shot a bit better or give you better stamina. I bought 3 drug treats and I beat 2 of them and drew with 1 of them. So it doesn't make you a better boxer.
But
So
you
why
might-
don't he do it then?
Huh?
But hang on a minute, Billy. But you beat them. You might have hammered them and sparked them if they hadn't been.
No,
The
I
biggest
disagree.
thing is
but you're not the sweetest
yeah,
feeling.
but Johnny, it don't make
to
your
know
jab
you beat-
better and it don't make your right hand better, but it means physically you can push yourself
Yeah.
harder because your
Train
recoveries are
harder.
so better.
So you train harder, so then you become a little bit faster, you become a bit stronger.
Yeah,
so
I'm not saying
all
it
in all, you
technically
become a better athlete. You might not
Yeah.
have a better boxing brain, but I think you become a better athlete for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think until the punishments outweigh the benefits of doing it financially, I don't think
I
it'll
don't
ever
get
stop.
what you can get out of taking drugs for canoeists. I don't.
Plus she wanted to be bigger and stronger on top half, didn't
She didn't take drugs.
She didn't take drugs. Her boyfriend were taking drugs, and they had like a night as couples do, and whatever happened. And she failed.
I don't
know. I don't know if it was nice. I don't know when it was. But it happened. So yeah, that's where we are. So that's another one. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes with Jimenez. She's probably going to get a couple of years, I think. Fights coming up this week. Garcia Vargas. Kel's going over. I need to see that fight.
Yeah.
What do we think?
Well,
Vargas was going to be an opponent for Kel.
Yes, I think he
Yeah,
was.
he was, yeah.
I think he was. Jesse Vargas he's an handful, and I think Lou DiBella this week saying, you can't sleep on him. I don't believe he can. And Mikey Garcia last time, he wasn't great against Errol Spence. However, Errol Spence is the best welterweight on the planet. Him and Terence Crawford, both in the pound for pound list. I just think you've got to favour Garcia.
Yeah.
You have got to favour Garcia, but I think it could be a tougher fight.
I like Michael, but he does have his off nights, doesn't he, sometimes, where he doesn't quite...
I don't believe he's a welterweight. For sure.
Good fight, though. Be an interesting fight, that. But if I had to pick, I'm going to go... Because I'm on a hot roll of 0-1. My pick is Garcia.
Really?
Yeah.
Garcia points.
Go on, Anne. We're in it together. Yeah, don't go all the way. Other fight, one I'm really looking forward to, Callia fight.
Wait, you've not asked me yet?
No, because you'll get it right. Go on, who do you want?
Vargas.
Yeah.
You're going Vargas?
I'm going Johnny.
You're going Vargas to me, Garcia?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout.
Just remember.
Oh, can't forget, Cameron don't lie.
Don't get shit wrong.
One I'm looking...
I reckon I'm going to be the only one who's 2-0 next week.
Yeah, you could be. Another one I'm looking forward to, Callia fight against Ron Gonzalez.
He's been out a while, Kel, hasn't he? And,
tough fight anyway. I mean, Gonzalez was top of tree, weren't he, a couple of years ago?
He was like saying everyone's pound for pound list. I think hopefully the timing's good. But also it's the kind of fight Cal needed. He needed this big fight.
Yeah.
To lift him.
And I think...
Where is it now?
It's in Texas.
Texas. So he's boxing away from home, isn't he, really?
Yes.
But some fighters don't mind. Some fighters box better away from home.
Yeah.
And I think he's one of those fighters
that he doesn't actually on the road, hasn't he? Yeah.
So I think boxing away from home means nothing. That's a true professional that can do that.
Yeah. And I think it's nice, like you just said, Liam Smith's going to cross. Sorry, not Liam Smith. Liam Williams is going to cross. Kel's going to cross. Barry's going to support him. I think that's great that they're going to cross support. So I've got everything crossed with Cal in that fight. It's a fight.
It's going to be a size advantage as well. Very, very big at the weight he's Cal.
Yeah, I'm going. You're fine.
You're fine.
Yep.
You're fine.
We've got to be like that. You're fine. Billy, just say you're fine.
Yeah, I will go with you guys that one. Not sure on that one.
To round up, let's have this week's dweebs. Johnny, I've got 3 this week.
Go on, what have we got?
I've got 3. I'll start it off. And I like Bob, so I don't mean this dweeb in a bad way, but Bob Aaron this week did an interview, sat next to Gerald Miller, who got caught with whatever you could take, he'd got it in his system, and said, I don't believe he cheated, it's all been an accident. So that's like me shooting everybody in this room.
But that's like Don King saying, I lied to you yesterday, but I'm not lying to you today.
Yeah, but how could you even say that? How could you sit next to that kid and go, it were all an accident? He didn't know. Kid's already admitted it.
I was
holding his hands up saying, I've
forgiven him. Everyone deserves a second
because
chance.
There's a possibility he'll be in some huge fights and I'll be a promoter.
I was asking about when did Tyson make up with Holyfield? Because in the ring before the fight the other day, they were hugging.
I think they had for a bit, yeah. Did you see the picture of him, Lewis and Holyfield all together? He's a lot smaller now, Tyson. I think he likes the...
He looks like a little kid, doesn't he?
He looked well, though.
Yeah, he's got big marijuana plant and he's gone into
He actually
he's got big into the CBD. I was going to say that.
It's the best condition I've seen him in.
But I just think, how could you sit at the side of him and say that? Because what he got caught with, Billy, he didn't get caught with one thing. He got caught with EPO. Yeah, we're like going into boots now, just taking everything.
Did you not hear the track in the background playing? It was all a dream. I used to read.
I thought that were bad. My other one, I like this one. So this week, excuse me looking at my phone, Michael Chiesa, who fights in UFC.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping he's not in, because obviously he just come and tie me in now, so it's not too much of a dweeb. But after the Fury Wilder fight, he put his actual words were, Canelo versus Fury, bucket. And then somebody put, who actually works for UFC, and this is actually better than Michael's, to be honest. Canelo moved up to fight Kovalev and won, so I agree, it's the logical next step.
So okay then, so let's look at this.
So he's going to go from 11 stone 6 to 12 stone to 19 stone 7.
You're talking the same supporters of Conor McGregor when he boxed Floyd Mayweather. And I was out there in America when they boxed, and if you'd have seen, I seen people arguing, proper arguing in the street, saying McGregor will smash Mayweather. I'm like,
you must have been upset with that fight, though.
Yeah.
As a boxer.
It's
money again, obviously.
Do you know what someone said? There'll never ever be odds like the amount of money bookies must have lost for that fight. It was, I think, for Mayweather to do it inside the distance. So for one of the all-time greats, one of the best ever to do it, to beat a fighter who was having his professional debut. Inside the distance.
He got paid $100 million.
Yeah, it was slightly worse than Evans.
What a load of...
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I got 190 quid.
That's what I'm saying, you must have been...
I got 190 quid for my first professional fight.
Do you know what's funny about that?
You don't think that's what I spent in the petrol.
Do you know what's funny about that? And you were there. You were there.
Yeah.
When we did that Eubank Abraham fight.
Wow,
so we did Eubank Abraham fight and we went to eat at this Brazilian place.
Yeah.
So there were me, one of my pals, Daz, and Ambrose and Ewan, and we were having some dinner. And we got a load of passes to get in because we'd got, Al had sent across the press conference for McGregor Mayweather. We're in that venue but the night before. So they gave us a load of passes and we were giving them to little kids who were desperate to see it and that. And being in London, little kids were running up and selling free pass for 200 quid. But that's a different story. Yeah. So we're surrounded with all these UFC kids in this restaurant and everybody having something to eat. So Ambrose, who's got plenty of front, and he's turned to these kids and gone, so what do you think will happen then? And honestly, if you would have tortured them kids and said, who do you really think's going to win?
They believe he'd win.
Son of McGregor's hits him. Yeah. And if Ambrose come and sat back down, he went, they'll probably end up rolling round on floor with me because I can't do anything to convince them otherwise. Absolutely convinced.
So fight week, this is how confident Mayweather was. He's up with a strip bar, a lap dance. He said, allegedly. And what he did, on his Instagram, and what he did was he said, if you fans want to see me, I'll be in my strip bar 3 o'clock. So every night he'd be there. The fight week is in his strip bar. If you want to see him, just go there and be like, boom. In the dressing room, he was charging $10,000 a pop to go and have a picture taken with him before the fight.
Wow.
In the dressing room. Wow. That's what he's doing.
How much did he get for that fight?
He got $800,000.
No, McGregor got a few.
No. McGregor got $100,000. 100 million. And Mayweather got 800 million. Yeah. So he earned more for that fight than he did for all the fights.
That's what I mean. That's why he went. And
it's just mind-boggling. It's just mind-boggling. So my last one, and I've got to play one. This was the funniest thing I've seen this week on social media. There's nothing that compares to this. So Chelsea played Tottenham other night. Billy, you might have seen this. Chelsea played Tottenham, and the fans had a go at each other before match.
Oh, you got the music to it.
Watch this.
Is it flash dance?
It's the most violent fight you'll ever see. Zoom in on this. It's the.
Have we got any Stonies in there or what?
McBurney's in with Stone Island. There's a geezer here. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen.
Often he.
These are grown men with families. These. He's got good feet. He's got good feet.
He backs off, doesn't he? Look.
And his legs are like Wilder's. He's all over the shop.
What's happening? Are we going to fight or what?
This is it. That's what's called having a scrap at match day.
That's it.
But he never spills his Guinness. That's a skill.
Do you know what? They're going to go home and tell the lads, hey, we had it.
Yeah, we've just done that. Have you seen that one with Benny Hill music on?
Yes.
Somebody messaged me and it made me laugh. Somebody put, that's like watching, you know, when your kids go to these silent discos. Everyone's dancing around. Absolutely.
I was like my fight against the Leon at City Hall.
But yeah, funny. So that was my roundup of Week's Madness this week.
Look at you. You're running in circles, which way will you turn? Look at you.